So that shiny new game just came out, Expeditions, a MudRunner game, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. Keep in mind this is not a full review, this is a quick look at the game. I played the game for around 2 hours, so I'll show some footage of the game while describing it and giving a few thoughts on it. Okay, at the main menu there's a few things of note. The DLC store, where you can purchase the DLC of course, and the mod browser. I clicked on the mod browser, but it wanted an email to use, so I didn't bother with it. I'll probably get around to looking at that later on though. Grayed out, you can see Start Co-op, which isn't in the game currently, but will be coming soon, it says. My guess is a few months for that. The game engine is based on SnowRunner, but with some modifications better for this game. At least that's what I read on the Steam forums from the developer. I've never played Mud or SnowRunner though, so this is a pretty fresh experience for me. When you start off, you do a little tutorial of sorts, driving here, driving there, and changing aspects of your vehicle as you do so. Here's a list of some things that you can do in-game to your vehicle. You can change to all-wheel drive if the vehicle supports that, engage the differential lock if your vehicle supports that, turn on and off the engine, turn your headlights on and off, engage the parking brake, switch to first and third person, but I think third person is vastly superior for this kind of game. Open your inventory, open your devices, change the tire pressure, and then there's another little menu where you can view the health of your parts and use spare parts to repair them on the fly, assuming that you have the spare parts of course. Your fuel runs out as well, and you can refuel on the go assuming you brought extra fuel. Back to the devices tab now. You have the winch, drone, echo sounder, and binoculars. The winch is very useful when you're in tough spots and can't move, or pulling other vehicles. The drone is used for scouting out the path ahead. The echo sounder is used near water to determine the depth of the water, useful for not going too deep, and the binoculars let you zoom in pretty far. I regularly used all of them except the binoculars. I just didn't use it that often. Now I want to speak on the driving itself. I had trouble going straight. The vehicle really wanted to go left or right. There's a setting for sensitivity and I turned it to half, but it still felt the same. Maybe going lower would help? I'm unsure. It was manageable and made driving more difficult and fun though. Resource zones is where you transfer items to your inventory or get things like fuel and spare parts. So the whole 2 hours that I played, I was in Little Colorado, which seems to help players get used to the game. There's 5 missions, but I stopped at the end of mission 4. At the beginning of each mission, you select a vehicle, and also some missions require specific items, so you'll have to take those as well. You get rewards for completing missions, and you can use those rewards on your vehicles to upgrade their parts or their visuals. At the truck selection, you can also view the store. The store currently has about 19 vehicles. I counted them, and I think it was at 19. So in the game, if you flip your vehicle, you can use a jack screw to flip it back upright, but you have to have one in your inventory. That's something that you can buy and put in your vehicle at the start of a mission. On the 4th mission, I messed up a lot. First of all, I kept changing vehicles each mission to try them out, and I really chose wrong for the 4th mission. I was stuck in the water and mud for like 30 minutes in different locations with my giant heavy vehicle. I finally had to use anchor points from my inventory with my winch to finally get out of that, but in the end, I just couldn't make it out of the mud. Mud is horrendous to get through, especially with that big vehicle. I had to redo the mission and choose a vehicle with more power, and then it was a cakewalk to complete. The graphics are in the middle, I'd say. They're okay. The game is fun to me though. I enjoy vehicle games, and this is a new type for me to play around with. There's a few different maps by the looks of things right now, and a lot of different expeditions in those maps, and I'm looking forward to playing more. I can confidently say that I like this game, though that's my personal opinion. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.